Hey everyone, it's Tasty Taste from Blood of Kittens, and in this video we're going to find out which faction is hated most this week, right after this quick intro. Hello and welcome to the week that was in Warhammer 40k tournaments, where we speed through some winning lists from the previous weekend. Last weekend saw 8 events with at least 5 rounds and 28 players with 3 major events. Tyranids and Aeldari are duking it out for the right to be nerfed next by taking 16 out of the 24 possible top 3 podiums. With that, let's take a quick sample look at some of the lists that tried to stand out from the 8 tournaments from the last weekend. Let's kick things off with the 270 plus super major, the Birmingham Open, and the Tyrannapalooza that followed, with David Gaylard taking first place as the best bug at the event. David's Tyranids used the usual powerful units like Pyrovores and Harpies, but kept his CP high by only taking 1 Flying Hive Tyrant, and relying on hordes of Tyranid warriors to control the board and win his games. David went 7-0 by defeating Adeptus Custodes, Grey Knights, some more Custodes, Longstrike Tau, Windrider Eldar, then he won his first Nid matchup, followed lastly by his second Nid matchup. At the next biggest event was the 100 plus Alamo GT, where Bryce Chapman's Aeldari not only fought off all the insect invaders, he also fought the chess clock and still got first place. Bryce's Aeldari list was interesting because it showed that pure Harlequins can still win a major event by bringing back some Skyweavers and going some double down Death Jesters. Bryce's total victory had him go 6-0 through Warrior Nids, Ultramarines, some more Nids, then he had to beat Cult of Time Thousand Sons, followed by Cult of Duplicity Thousand Sons, and finally beat out Chess Clock Nids. Next up, at the Warhound GT, we get some surprising results, with Scott Rumpel's Space Wolf successors grabbing first place with a very special list. Scott decided to avoid going Terminators and stick with Jump Pack Wolfguard. The list also featured the newly empowered Wolfen, also along with a rarely seen units like Skyclaws. This army was fast and hit hard, while using Armor of Contempt for some staying power. Scott went 5-0 by winning against a mirror match Space Wolves list of all things, Custodes, a Lord of Skulls / Demons list, then Iron Hands, and finally the new Chaos Knights. Moving now to Canada, at the Alberta Classic, we have a buffet of Aeldari fighting it out that left Riley Tremblay 6-0 the victor with an Aeldari Uthway-led army. Riley's list featured 2 Phoenix Lords, including the underrated Karandras. But the biggest surprise was the use of the new Shroud Runner jet bikes, which have struggled to find any spot in Eldar lists because of just how much better the other jet bike units have been. Riley won this event by beating Nids, then Farsight Tau, more Nids, a Harley troop spam list, another Harley's list, and lastly Bladed Cog Genestealer Cult. At the last major event from the weekend, the Mayhem GT had Mike Trichell's Chaos Knights grab second place. It was great to see the newest codex show up and do some damage. Mike went all war dogs, which means tons of little knights running around causing havoc. Each unit was basically the same, with both shooting and close combat weapons to handle any situation. Mike went 5-0, losing out on first place just because of points. He beat Ultramarines, Crisis Spam Tau, Eldar, more Eldar, and finally the dreaded Warrior Nid spam list. Moving to the Warhammer Retreat, we have Cullen Burns' Sisters of Battle scoring third place. Cullen made some crazy choices, first off by using 30 Repentia without any Rhino support. Cullen also chose Ebon Chalice to give his list Sacred Rite flexibility, so depending on what he faced, he could double down and also generate auto 6s on Miracle Dice, which is pretty powerful as well. Cullen went 4-1 by facing off against Bloody Rose Sisters, then he lost to Custodes, but he beat some more Sisters after that. Then he beat some Aeldari, and finally beat Dreadnought Custodes. Moving to the heart of Games Workshop, we had the Warhammer World Match Play event, where Adam Shefford Jones Custodes got third place. Adam's list was a mix of Dreadnoughts and jet bikes, but he also used the rarely seen Sisters of Silence HQ for some added tech. Adam went 4-1 playing against Freebooter Orcs, Ultramarines, then he lost to Iron Hands, then he beat Ultramarines again, and then finally beat out Deathwing Dark Angels. Last, we have the War Calls GT all the way in Australia, where Lachin Rig gets first place with Sisters of Battle, going 5-0. His list had tons of Zephyrim and stuck with the more conventional Bloody Rose order to get extra attacks, but most importantly, being able to cut through Armor of Contempt armies as quickly as possible. Lachin's Triumph had him fight through Nids, Imperial Knights, Thousand Sons, Storm Surge Tau, and then finally Goth Orcs. Well, that will do it for this week. Thanks for watching. This week saw a return of Aeldari dominance against the Tyranid menace, showing just how Games Workshop still has to do some work to bring the game back into balance. As always, don't forget, if you want to see all the rest of the top 3 lists in detail, click on the links in the description below. And if you like this content, please leave a comment, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and ring that bell. Thanks again.